It is week 6 of 2017. It's the first weekend of February. And here we are for our latest video conference call. And I am pleased to be joined by group leader, 200 Plus Club member and mini owner, Leon Warner. Leon, thank you for joining us.
Hi Wes, nice to see you as ever.
Good to see you. Now, people might have spotted your name over the last couple of days on the top achievers list for not just the customer gatherers, but also for the list that was published of all of our top Daffy Gold QUIP customer gatherers. You had 12 QUIP customers, Daffy Gold customers in January, which is pretty phenomenal.
Yeah, you put the activity in, and as we're going to go through on this call, hopefully it'll give some people some ideas on how to achieve even a fraction of that would, I think, help a lot of people at the moment.
Absolutely. Now, you're not full-time in UW. You also are a specialist music teacher. Is that right?
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, I've been doing that for well over 25 years now.
Great. Okay. And you work in a school environment normally?
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely.
Okay. UW isn't 24/7 for you. But what we're going to share today is a method that I really admire that you have really made work. And it's fascinating, actually. I mean, some people who came to my kickoff event in High Wycombe a couple of weeks ago would have seen me do a slot on social media. And some of that slot included some of the stuff that you've been doing so successfully, Leon. And also some of my success strategies days. And I've blatantly been stealing it, but crediting you, don't worry. But now we're going to hear from the man himself, how he is using social media, how he is using Facebook to good effect. Because let's be fair, Leon, we see a lot of people use Facebook really badly.
Yeah. And I think the first thing to say is, and this is something you and I and lots of others have talked about for a long time, is not to use Facebook to sell. So one of the things that has been really, really helpful is to, as I say, not sell, but get other people to promote me or us collectively. And it's been working really well.
It's true, I believe, in the main, when you see people post on Facebook, ask me about saving 20% on your phone bill or 15% on this or 20% on electricity or, kilowatt hours, 0.2 kilowatt hour pence less than someone. That just tends to have an eerie silence. Would that be fair to say?
I hold my hand up and say that when I first started, it just seemed like a natural thing to do.
Yeah.
Maybe getting started and you think, you've got to build a list, and you think, I've got a huge list on social media. I can put it out there in one go and think that will work. And as we just said, it really doesn't work.
So we just blast people with a sales message. We turn social media into anti-social media, and our friends switch off from looking at our stuff. They think that we're just there to sell to them.
Yeah.
And what you've done really well is take on the idea of getting other people to do the selling for you. Now, this works perfectly in the normal world, doesn't it? Because if you go see a show and think it's wonderful and you put it on Facebook, other people want to know what the show is.
Yeah.
If you go and have a fantastic meal at a new vegetarian restaurant and you say, people, where is it? I want to know. And that's what you've been doing, isn't it? You've been using other people's power of their word of mouth recommendation to build your business. So let's show some examples and how this has come about.
Okay, well, let's start with a guy called Darren. And Darren's somebody I've known for quite a while and helped him out recently. I asked him to post a message on Facebook just saying, thanks, I helped him out, and he kindly did that. And I think I may have even helped him to write it as well, just to save him some time. But he was more than happy to do that. So he put the post up just saying, thank you, Leon, for helping me save money on all my bills, all my shopping, and for arranging a house full of free LED light bulbs. Now, he put that up on his Facebook page, and he also tagged me as well. The importance of him tagging me was, of course, that anyone who responded, I immediately get a message to say that that has happened.
When you are tagged in something, if someone else comments, you get a notification to say, XYZ has commented on a post you were tagged in.
Yes,
So
Facebook. That's what Facebook is all about. It lets you know that people have mentioned you and are talking about you. So it's really useful, because it doesn't mean you have to be looking at Facebook every minute of the day, but when you do have a few minutes to look, check your phone, check your Facebook, you'll see that someone has commented, so you can go back to it. As you'll see, there was a few people who commented straight away. One, I think, was a lady called Claire, who arranged an appointment with, and another one was one of Darren's relatives. I think it was his nephew's wife, and her name is Donna. So Donna commented, and I simply said on Darren's page, underneath where Donna had commented, "Hi Donna, nice to see you. I'll send you a private message." Now that's really important. You don't want to, I believe, get into a long conversation with somebody that everyone in the world can see. So I think private message is really a good thing to go there.
You don't say, "I'll message you all about Utility Warehouse, which is part of Telecom Plus PLC, which is a PLC company, which is 20 years established, and here's my web link."
Completely the opposite. Just, "I'll send you a private message."
What Darren's done is created curiosity. People want to know more about it. If you give them all the information there, you don't get the chance to have the conversation with them, do you?
Yeah. And one of the things I've always said, I made up this phrase many years ago, is it's out of order to do it out of order. So for me, the order is on the appointment, doing the structure, which you'll find on the online learning and all the other places we have.
What is it you say in the private message? Let's take a look at that now. We've got an image here of the private message, and you just start by saying, "Hi Donna," with a smiley face.
Yeah, absolutely. It's all about building rapport, and I guess immediately I want to know how Donna knows Darren.
Yeah,
that's the connection.
Absolutely. So you say, "Lovely to connect through, Darren. How are you related?" Absolutely. She says she's married to his nephew.
Yeah.
And then away you go. So I guess we should find a time to get together.
Yeah, because she's already said in the message that, she wants to know about saving money like Darren did. Yeah. So in this instance, there's no reason to sort of beat around the bush. The relationship's already there. She said what she wanted. So yeah, it's finding out time to get together and making it right for her.
Cool. And interestingly, you say, is it just you and the kids at home, or is there a partner too?
Yeah.
She explains that there's 3 kids and the hubby.
Yep, and there's a specific reason for that, because obviously if there's a partner, husband, wife, I need them to both be there at the appointment. Massively important.
Yeah, absolutely. So you say, all I need to know is when you and hubby are together at home, daytime or evenings or weekends. So she says evenings, what can you help me with and what's the cost?
yeah. I let her know there's absolutely no cost. She's delighted, and then it's just a case of finding that time that suits them.
What can you help with? Everything, all the bills and the shopping, you'll love it. What time are you usually together roughly? So, and then you get yourself the appointment.
Yeah.
So what happened next? So you went to see Donna.
Yeah, absolutely. And usual appointment, go through everything, sign them up. They take the light bulbs, etc., etc. And the great thing about Facebook, Donna became a customer because she saw a post on Facebook. So the most natural thing in the world was then to say to her, I got to help you because Darren kindly posted. How about you maybe pop a post on there thanking Darren and letting other people know? And of course, that can lead to either shopping vouchers or real money, which one both.
Now, let's just hear you say that again, because I don't want that to slip through the net. We can reward you with either shopping vouchers or real money.
Yeah, which one interests you most? Because if she likes the idea of £20 shopping vouchers, or potentially, when you first start now with QUIP, £90 or £100 for doing what we just have done, which one interests you most? Interestingly enough, Donna, I remember, is very interested in the money side of things, but she has 3 young children, and one of them isn't very well at the moment, I seem to remember, so the timing isn't quite right. So she's more than happy at the moment with shopping vouchers.
Great.
So she then repeated the process.
So and interestingly, she's tagged Darren. So now all of Darren's friends see this as well.
Absolutely.
So any of them that spotted Darren's post a few days earlier, it's just another reminder for them.
Yeah, another touch point.
Yeah, another touch point for recommending Leon Warner. So now you're tagged, so all of your friends see this as well. Seen him today, and it saved me and Lee, as in her husband, a brilliant sum on all the bills, blah, blah, blah. So now all of Lee's friends see it as well. So you've now got Darren as a touch point, Donna as a touch point, Lee as a touch point, and yourself. This is a really clever way to use Facebook. This is so much more intelligent than just making up silly statuses with sales messages.
It totally took me by surprise how powerful this could be once I completely worked out the idea, but the scale of it, as we'll see as we go through, really, really did surprise me. And it just gets bigger and bigger.
And what I like about what you've done with Donna, and you've done it with Darren as well, is as soon as Donna's posted, you have commented and said, you're more than welcome, lovely family, you're going to make some great savings, make a huge difference, here to help. So straight away, people can see you as well. Even though you're tagged in, they can see you as well. And then what do we get? We get Naomi saying, that sounds interesting. And again, I assume that you got straight on to Naomi there.
Yeah.
Now, let's take a look at the next one you've got here. We've got one from Nathan here. Now, Nathan, I don't think is connected to Donna or Dan.
Completely separate thread.
So, separate thread, completely different customer, not connected with those two at all. But again, you said to him, would it be okay if you post something on your Facebook wall? I can help. I assume you say, I can help you write it.
I will actually say with Nathan, from memory, the second we'd finished the appointment, we actually did it together there and then.
Yeah.
So I gave him some prompts as what he might say, and guess what? It was fairly similar, not exactly word for word. And I think that's really important to get that point across, because if you just cut and paste that message, remember, I'm tagged in that. So all my friends are going to see it. And if they keep seeing the same words just with a different name over and over again,
it becomes too repetitive, of course. So that's very smart. Just again, ladies and gents, keep this in mind. If you're going to start getting your customers to do this, we need to vary the message.
Yeah.
What very clearly isn't happening is the customers aren't putting your website address, your phone number, and all that other stuff. They're not mentioning the company name. They are creating curiosity, but giving you a big thumbs up, which is making people want to know more rather than giving them all the information.
Yeah, absolutely.
Absolutely vital. So Nathan puts his post up straight away. It almost looks like within 1 minute. How do I talk to this Leon? Andy wants to know.
Yeah, so it was between 30 seconds and a minute. Remember, I'm actually still sitting in Nathan's house at the appointment, and while we're literally finishing a cup of tea, the phone goes and it's Nathan's friend Andy saying, basically, tell me more about this. So I actually had the private message with Andy while I was still sitting with Nathan.
With his mate, yeah.
So we were kind of laughing and joking about this, Nathan and myself, and less than 2 minutes later, again, he actually wanted the appointment and just booked it straight away. So within 2 minutes. You
message Andy and you say, great to see you. Is it okay if we chat tomorrow? I'm just driving home from helping.
Yeah.
Nice use of language there, helping. Not saying, I've just signed up Nathan to all of the services, earning me 250 quid. You're not talking about that. You're saying that you've helped. So he says, of course, that would be great. Thank you. You say you're welcome. In fact, I'm passing your door Friday early evening. Would you like me to pop in and help you like I did with Nathan? Again, using the word help.
Yeah.
Will the missus be there too? It's important you're both around. It's a nice this is a conversation.
Yeah.
Some people might say, well, saying the missus, that's a bit informal, but you've obviously gauged the person you're speaking to. He referred to you earlier as brother. It's kind of, that's okay language, isn't it?
Yeah. If you treat talking to people in social media as if you were talking to them down the local pub or having a cup of coffee, you can build rapport and keep that friendship and language and building that relationship going a lot quicker.
Yeah.
Rather, sometimes there's no emotion in texting or Facebooking. So any kind of emotion you can get into that, and realism, I think, really helps.
So you make an appointment with Andy, you go and see Andy, and I assume that you start to repeat the process with him.
Yeah, absolutely. Andy and his wife, Stacey, they signed up, double gold. Not only have they put a message thanking the person who referred them, tagging, etc., they're also joining the team as well because they love the business.
Fantastic. And they join in the team knowing that you can gather customers and introduce team members without selling, but by using word of mouth recommendation, which is what we are after all. So there's some great examples there and some really, really good stuff. So thank you for sharing that, Leon. I would urge people to watch this back again and just look at those examples specifically and try not to trip over, by starting to turn it into a salesy message or by getting the customer to put website addresses and other stuff like that on. You just want to keep the curiosity high so that you're attracting people to that message and wanting to know more. Now, Leon, just before we go, 12 QUIP customers for you. That's nearly £3,000.
Yeah.
Just in customer gathering QUIP bonuses alone. That's before you get your residual income on your 200 plus and your group leader business and stuff. What kind of difference is that making to your life?
Quite a lot. QUIP quite literally is life-changing, and it can be life-changing for somebody who's just starting and maybe gathering one or two QUIP customers a month, and maybe people who are more established, if they're doing maybe one or two a month, even if they add another one or two a month, it's going to make a massive, massive difference, I think, to anybody who wants to make that difference, I think.
Cool. I mean, and that's a very good point, because a new person today could get started, 2-3 QUIP customers in a month is £200 to £300 straight away.
Yeah, plus their fast start bonuses and all the other benefits as well.
It can be huge for people no matter what level of the business they're in. But obviously, once you've got to the place you're at as someone who's got more than 100 personal, that puts you on the 200, literally £250 per QUIP customer, providing they take Ultra. As a teacher, as a music teacher, a specialist music teacher, albeit, so you are probably better paid than average. How does that £3,000, if you don't mind me asking, compare to your salary?
Yeah, well, I was thinking about this earlier, and even just going out and getting one QUIP customer, yes, there's the time getting the appointment, there's the time traveling to the appointment, the time traveling back, but even if you take all of that into account, it's incomparable.
Yeah, which is amazing. So that's really good to hear. And do you think this will have any impact upon your working life moving forwards?
Yeah, absolutely. One of the things it has done, and as soon as QUIP was announced back at the end of 2016, I was actually away on holiday when the announcement happened, and I literally spent somewhere between a day and 2 days. I ripped up all of our goals for 2017 and started again, because I very quickly realised that all of the things we planned, myself and Dee, we could maybe bring a lot of those forward by maybe a year, 18 months, 2 years. And I think that's available for anyone. So I really would strongly urge people to actually sit down and make some plans, even if you haven't done any goals before. Make 1 or 2 ideas, share it with your partners, and really take this seriously.
Yeah, and I think this is another good time to remind people, because I know there'll be people that looked at that list that came out of all those top QUIP customer gatherers, and there'll be people that put some effort in January and haven't got all those results and are like, why am I not getting those results? And I want to remind people that if your activity in 2016 had not been consistent and regular, and you hadn't got a big active pipeline of people, then in January, in some respects, you're almost starting again.
Yeah, absolutely. if you're not signing customers in January, it probably means you didn't talk to enough people, probably in September or October.
Yeah, absolutely. So the work you've done in January, have faith in the fact that you keep doing that work in February, you keep doing that work in March, and those results are going to start to come through. And
Absolutely.
with the method that you shared on this call, Leon, and that is another great way to add to all the other stuff we've got: the winner minis, the networking, the neighbour letters, the talking to friends and family, the conventional referrals, all of those good things. So keep in there, keep the faith, and we'll see a lot more people getting results like you have.
Yeah, and like you just said, remember the social media idea is part of everything else you do. It's not standalone on its own. It can work very successfully and very quickly, getting a lot of people seeing that message drip feeding and some of them coming on board straight away. But use it as part of your entire UW activity.
Great, Leon. Thank you for joining us. That's week 6 done. Week 6 of 2017. Who would believe it? So let's keep pushing forwards. Have another great week, Purple Army, and we will see you again next weekend. Leon, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, good luck, everyone.